Sometimes the in between is helping you reset your nervous system. I was just recording a book by Source episode, and within the recording, something that came to me was like, a lot of times we don't realize that what we desire and what we ask for, our nervous system may not be able to handle it. So sometimes the in between is teaching us how to be able to hold uncertainty, hold the unknown, hold when we don't know how things are going to turn out. A lot of us have beliefs and dreams and desires that we don't know how it's going to happen. And we get nervous, we get overwhelmed, we stress ourselves out. And a lot of it is because our nervous system can't handle not knowing. And so a lot of times we tend to chase after things that we believe will give us a specific outcome, right? Like we're taught, go to school, finish high school, go to college, get a career, right? Like that is the steps, right? And you're told that's what success looks like. Clearly nowadays we've realized that that is not a truth, right? Like that is not everybody's path. That is not necessarily going to lead to success. And so a lot of us are living at the edge, right? Where we're like, I tried y'all way, it didn't work for me, so now I'm just going to go do it my way. And because we are so used to being afraid of what we don't know the outcome is going to be, a lot of us freak out and we run back to what we do know to be true. But sometimes those in-between phases, the chaos, when it feels like everything is falling apart, if we just stay with that uncertainty, stay with that chaos, and you get to the other side, a lot of times you will hear the stories of people who everything turned around for them, right? Where answers came for them, where resources showed up, where they were booked and busy. And it's because like they stayed with the unknown. They sat with it. They were able to allow their nervous system to handle that uncertainty. They handle that anxiousness, because sometimes that is what it is, right? We allow our nervous system that has been in survival mode for so long to tell us, this is good, this is bad, this will work, don't do this, don't do that. But a lot of our nervous systems is set on that survival mode. And survival mode often comes from ego, right? And ego only knows what it knows. And so a lot of us is living from other people's stories, other people's beliefs, other things we've seen, not from our own experience, but from what we've seen happen to other people. But just because that's their story don't mean it will be your story. And a lot of the in-between seasons that we experience, and I shared in another video, in-between can look like chaos, losing a job, relationships falling apart, you just hitting a wall with everything, you're feeling exhausted. It can also look like depressive like symptoms. It can look like so many things because you think that shouldn't be happening, or this is bad, this is a bad sign. But a lot of times it's when things are being cleared and moved and shifted so that you can vibrate at the frequency that you desire to experience that thing, that version of you, that experience, that relationship, that job, whatever it is. It vibrates at another frequency. And in order for you to be able to have that experience, you got to let go of some things. You got to move away from some things. And so that in between is that space where that stuff is happening. The clearing is happening. The releasing is happening. The moving away is happening. Where you're letting go of things that have been, that don't vibrate at the frequency of where you're going. And so I come here to say that sometimes it's also helping you to reset your nervous system. And sometimes that comes in stages, right? You may be able to tolerate rejection more, right? That's one thing that you may be able to tolerate within your nervous system that you weren't able to tolerate before. Then you may be able to tolerate being alone, something you weren't able to tolerate before. Then you may be able to tolerate, oh, I don't know where my next check is coming from, right? But then you're able to tolerate it, right? It's like constantly building and resetting your nervous system to be able to deal with the unknown. And so it's all a journey, baby. I know I said a whole bunch of stuff, but I love y'all. Have your best day on purpose.